Dude, okay. Okay, T0 support's getting full as fuck. What the brother? This shit's getting hella full. Ben is always the biggest. Ben is always the biggest.
Hi there. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kate7th, and I'll be your host today.
Okay, hello YouTube. Hello.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
We're on another series of Prydwen talk. As always, like last time I said, we were going to start with the scores. Because last time we looked at the scores, the average scores people were getting, it was a lot more interesting to talk about their actual tier list afterwards. So let's start with Shiyu defense. First off, we need to go through this. So this data is 21,965 players. This is from the past Shiyu, so they haven't had time to get the updated one yet. But from the past Shiyu was basically 22,000 players. This is where they got them from. They used their UID just to get their scores from in-game, so it's very accurate what they had. And then we have it set to M0. So like if someone was using limited agents that had more than M0, they weren't put into this data. So let's just take a look. Out of the 22,000 they had for Shiyu. Okay, Suna makes sense. Yeshengwang, Zhao being up there makes sense. Okay, Sammy's doing well. Miyabi's doing well. Dylan, okay. Whoa! Yo, Grace, holy shit! Okay, Grace. Not enough data for these characters. Okay. We don't talk about Hugo. It's fine. Patch 2.6 is finally here, and our first angel has finally come. And alongside her, the long-awaited rerun of Ishwin. And in the second half, we will have Yuzuha and her second angel, Arya. But considering that the last patch had a new Void Hunter, your pulls might be looking oof. But don't worry, I got you back. Because with lootbar.gg, you could be saving big today. As if you were to click on my exclusive link in the description below, new users can save up to 23%, and all pulls will always be at a discounted rate. And after using Lootbar myself for over 2 years now, I can assure you that your pulls are safe. So if you were trying to become a Delulu, why not save some money today? And all you have to do is click on the bundle that you want, enter your UID and region, and within seconds, it will arrive in game. So be sure to check out the link in the description below. And with that out the way, let's get you back to the video. Dang, Orphe still did very well on the stage, considering what it was. Damn, dude, she just does very well. Like, she is very, very good at low investment. Okay, let's look at stage 2. This is where the Orphe shined, yeah. This is where the Orphe shined. Okay, Lighter did very well here. I like how these three are all together. Miyabi had a very good run. Like, this was the only stage she was under 30k. Well, technically this one too, that's basically 30. A lot of this is what I expected. There's a couple outliers, so I'm like, didn't expect that, but I think Grace is the most shocking. Like, you know what? Grace held her own, man. She did pretty damn well. Okay, there's honestly not much to say about this Shiyu. Let's move on to DA. Okay, DA had about 17,000 players. Let's look at each boss. Okay, obviously this is Nightmare. That makes sense. Like, this first 5 just makes sense. Wow, Rena is number 6 at 24k. How did Lucy get so high? What the fuck? Dude, a lot of characters are struggling on Nightmare. A lot of people just, yeah, not enough data on a lot of characters. Makes sense with the Ice Agents and the Ether. Yeah, Nightmare's rough for a lot of characters. Okay, Priest. Yeah, because the Ishwin, yeah. Okay, Yeshengwang's finally under 30k. For Priest, okay. Bonway doing well. Pan's up there because of the ruptures, that makes sense. Trigger, you just don't use her engine, it's fine. Probably Suna with Yeshengwang, that's why she's up there. Orphe and Sambi right next to each other. And not enough data for these characters. And then Butcher, I expect Miyabi to be up here, yep. Alice got a higher average than Miyabi. Sokaku got the highest. But that Sokaku's with Miyabi. So how did the score end up being so different? Oh, okay. It must be the Sokaku Miyabi teams were scoring higher on average, but a lot of people don't use Sokaku with Miyabi. That's what it is. People who use Sokaku because Sokaku's Miyabi's best team on Butcher got a higher score, but people who didn't use Sokaku with Miyabi and used something else, that's why. Yeah. A lot of people don't want to use Sokaku, even though it's her best option. They don't like Sokaku. Okay, we got 27. Wow, Ishwan's doing well for no disorder. Okay. Jane's doing it. Oh no, people. There wasn't enough data for Hugo? Oh no. Hugo or Ellen? Ah, damn, that's a lot of characters not enough data for. Can we see teams? Yep. Miyabi Vivian is by far Miyabi's most popular team. People love Miyabi Vivian. It's just a comfortable team. That's what it was last time too. I was just curious. Penguin Boo. Oh my god, Burblick. Never mind. Bee Lion and Sprout have such a hot. Damn. Alright, now that we looked at the data, let's go. Look at the tier list now. They put the expert tab on Miyabi, okay. Dude, okay. Okay, T0 support's getting full as fuck. What the brother? This shit's getting hella full. They're saying she can move up. Okay. They're saying he can move up, potentially. Yeah, so based on the numbers we just saw, this is how they went through the tier list. Even though I personally see the flaws in Orphe, I love Orphe, but I do see her flaws. You can't blame Prydwen for putting her right here. Like when you look at those average scores, man, Orphe just at M0, Orphe performs very well for a lot of casual players. She performs extremely well. It's the fact that she's just a damage dealer and she has, you don't have to switch to her often. She just does her thing on her own. You gotta switch to her. Like, all you gotta do is tell a casual player, like, hey, when Orphe's meter is full, switch to her and hold EX. And then fuck off. And like, that's what it is, man. Like, she just performs very well for people. It's very low maintenance. And because it's low maintenance, like, people get better results. Better than average results with it. So I can't blame them for putting Orphe right here. I'm so curious to see how well Sissia Seed ages, man. I am so curious to see how Sissia Seed ages. If you're wondering why I'm not really talking about these three, there's really nothing much to say, right? Like, I think people are finally realizing that Miyabi's not an easy character. Especially nowadays. When Miyabi first came out, her damage was so much higher than anything else that you could just, mash your face off and it wouldn't matter what you did, she would kill everything. But now that we're in a heavy anti-Miyabi thing for months and months and months now, and, people are actually seeing, like, her rotations can be some of the hardest and sweatiest in the game. Yeah, Miyabi's not easy to play if you want to get fantastic results with her. She's not easy to play. She's actually one of the hardest characters to, like, get 100% value out of in terms of, like, getting her rotations down and stuff. Because all it takes is for you to fuck up one anomaly proc and everything can go to shit. All it takes for you is to misjudge your stacks one time and everything can go to shit. I do still stand that I think Sammy's better than Seed as like a damage dealer, but Seed does have the buffing, man. And the fact that Seed is similar to Orphe, that she just works at so low investment, man. Like, I still be seeing people get their M0 Seeds and just carrying a not invested at all, like, A rank across the finish line. She's a very good character for low investment. Yeah, Ihara is just strong. You gotta have her up there if you're gonna have Bonway. You could push Bonway to T0 or hypothetical T0 2.5 at maximum skill level. No, brother, that is not true. As someone who loves Bonway and sweats his ass off of Bonway, that is not true. You can ask other Bonway players who are some of the best players in the world, and they'll tell you that's not true. His multipliers are just not high. You could play Bonway perfectly and he's still not a T0 character just because his multipliers are not there. But he is a good character if you play him well. If his multipliers were just higher, then yeah, you could easily put him T0 if you played him perfect. But the fact that he's not hitting these characters' numbers, even played perfectly, he's not hitting these characters' numbers, you can't put him T0. They got Haru going up For people who still use Haru, do you think he's easier to use after his buff or just the same? Okay, a lot of people are saying he's easier. Hey chat. It's time to do the you know what time it is, chat. It's time to do the schedule piss off all Hugo mains. Even though I am a Hugo enjoyer and I love Hugo. Oh man, I'm so good at this. They need to bring back T1.5 and put Hugo straight in that bitch. Cause like, dude, I'm so tired of people coming to my streams and they'll see me doing an account surgery and then like clearing with someone's Hugo. And they're like, see, you cleared with their M0 Hugo. He's so good. It's like, no, I had to sweat my ass off to get that shit. What the fuck you mean? Dude, he's one buff away from being a good character. Like, cause I don't think Hugo's dog shit, but he's one buff away from being like a really good character. Evelyn is just straight up better than him now. After that last potential unlock, she's just straight up better than him. He's just one buff away. Put his M2 as his base kit. Like, holy shit. Put his M2 as his base kit. I will never complain again. But that's all they had to do, bro. Bro, you don't even have to add the defense shred, bro. Just put the first part. This first part here. We're not in enemy sun state. I don't give a fuck about the defense shred. Just give me that first part of M2 at his base kit. Monato is goated. Monato is the fucking goat. 2 weeks in a row, we've been able to do 1 cost clears in Shi defense and deadly assault. Will the streak continue next week? I have no fucking clue, but I will continue to try to 1 cost with Monato as long as possible. But hey, even if we have to up that shit to 2 or 3 costs, that for a fucking A rank, that's good as fuck. He's a goat, bro. Monato is so good. These are all the same characters. We always say the same thing. Ben is always the biggest. Ben is always the biggest. We got Alice, Arya, Vivian. They're saying she could be right here. How y'all feel about Arya so far? She feels pretty good to me. I can already see why she's gonna be cracked once Nangong comes out. Her playstyle is fun, yeah. She's mobile friendly. I didn't think about that. She is mobile friendly, isn't she? I do think she's better than Alice right now, but that might just be because of the shield. But I do think she's just better than Alice, so seeing her in the same tier as Alice is kind of weird. But hey, Nangong's coming out soon. We'll see. You need manual chain with her. Yeah, she's pretty miserable to play without manual. I've already seen some people missing out on a lot of bounces because they're not playing manual chain. But not everybody wants to play manual. So some people are just going to miss out on bounces. It is what it is. What's the big difference with manual? Well, if you don't have manual chain on, then it's extremely difficult to do. It's extremely difficult to start at like 96-97 days, then enter the bounce without starting stun. And then while you're bouncing, also not starting stun, you want to actually use those bounces. And then once those bounces are over, trigger a chain. You see what I'm saying? Like, to get the maximum amount of bounces. That's like what? Yeah, but you don't need to get the maximum amount of bounces to clear. That's only for like if you want to just get the most bounces at all. But if you don't care about that, you just want to clear, then she clears Vesper very easily without manual. That's weird. We saw... Am I tripping? Bro, Grace is holding her own. She's... Whoa. Grace is holding her own. Why is she not T1? Maybe it's not enough Grace players. Maybe there wasn't that many Grace submissions. But yeah, going off of those numbers, she's doing well. Alright, move my, alright, let's look at the support. This is getting crowded. This is getting very crowded. Cause, Nangong's coming out soon. We all know damn well Nangong's gonna be up here. Sorry, bro. Nangong's 100% gonna be up here. She's gonna be one of the best characters in the game. At this point, like, it's gonna be so crowded. Yeah, this is gonna get super crowded with Nangong. Something's gonna have to change. It's gonna have to get super fucking crowded. Bring Astra down. I kinda agree. She is currently worse than Suna because of all the Veil shield. But how long will the Veil Shield last? Same bring Fufu and Zhao down? I mean, Zhao could be a T1 and it doesn't really mean anything. Like, Zhao is just such a good free-to-play support. Zhao's fucking goated, bro, as a free-to-play support. This is assuming Trigger's engine. They did change that a long time ago. So all these characters have their engine. So I can't really say. I don't know, even then, my Trigger sometimes. They keep fucking over my boy Lighter. He might have to come down eventually. That's the fucking sad part. I don't think he can come down now, but if they keep fucking him over, he'll eventually have to come down. Hopefully not. I mean, Lycon's doing very well with his buff. He fits in more teams now, which makes him more flexible. And his days is phenomenal. Where he's like 4-stunning Vesper, and Vesper's ice resistant. Von Lycon with his buff has an easier time 4-stunning Vesper than Kaleda does. Yes, it is fire res, but it's also ice res. So like they're both going into it against resistance, and Lycon has an easier time 4-stunning than Kaleda. Lycon's good, man. Buff Chingy, yeah, they should buff the Clank 100%. I agree. Res affects days. Res affects days by a lot. Yeah, it does. Did you not see my Kaleda the other day? It wasn't my Kaleda, it was my buddy's. I was on his account on stream. We were doing Aria pools, testing. No, it wasn't Big One's account. That was a Luminous account, right? Yeah, it was Luminous. But yeah, that Kaleda was what, max impact, and it also had the M2, right? I think it was like an M5 Kaleda, and the days was abysmal for an M5 Kaleda. Like, you can instantly tell that res affects days. Caesar, you know, I was very disappointed in Caesar today because I was doing Sambium Brimstone, Caesar on her signature, Nicole on the A-Rank Vault, her signature A-Rank engine. And I was having an easier time with that low-cost team. I was having an easier time with Fufu instead of Caesar, with Fufu on an A-Rank engine. Remember, Caesar was on her signature. They're gonna buff the king one day. Yeah, these, I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just biased against Pulchra, but you know how many times Pulchra's been saved in account review? Pulchra's fucking clutch. So many times. That's why I think they should bring the 1.5 back. I think there's like characters that fit in that 1.5 perfectly. I do think Seth, I always say that, I think Seth's not as bad as Stumby. At least he does something. Okay, chat, you can give your ratings. How many Bang Boos out of 10 you're gonna give this? We already went through all the numbers that they collected, all the data for Shiyu and DA. A lot of people are saying 7. Okay. All right, well, that's gonna be it for this one.